Hello?
Yes, good evening. This is Ella. How are you?
I'm good, Ella. How are you doing?
I'm well, and yourself?
Good, good.
Great, great. Um, have we spoken before?
Nope, not at all.
Oh, okay. Your spirit feels very familiar as if um I spoke with you. Are you familiar with how I conduct sessions, or should I explain to you how I do things?
No, I'm very familiar. I watch a lot of your YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything specific that you want to talk about?
Well, primarily, I would say my father passed away
That's
back
who's
in
here.
2015.
Your father's here.
Hmm?
That's who's here. Your
Oh,
father's
good.
here. He is here. I was gonna ask you that. That's who's here. Your father is here. He's right here. Well, I know you don't see
Okay.
him, but I'm like, who made the transition? Because I felt like I was like, is it a transition? Is it a divorce? Somebody,
Uh-huh.
very close with your father. Your father's here.
Yep, very close.
Very close with your
Yeah.
father. Your father's here. It feels like a divorce.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels.
It feels like a divorce.
When he passed us, yeah,
Yeah.
because we were very close, and, I
Mhm.
touched bases with him a lot.
Mhm. Your father is definitely
Yeah.
here. I was gonna ask you. I'm like, damn, is this her father? Is this her husband? But I'm glad that he came through very, passionately or whatnot. Um, it could be a situation with you where you might be overly thinking about him, right? And so when you overly thinking about anybody that made the transition, they are definitely around you, or you keep their spirit around you more so. But your father is definitely here. What was you gonna say about him?
I was gonna say he had passed in 2015,
Mm.
and one of the biggest things that happened is that my aunt that could not attend his funeral, for some reason, I had been feeling very overwhelmed to, always, see about her because we weren't in constant communication.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the opportunity to go see her in South Carolina, and um, found out that, she's losing her sight. And it just troubled me so much to where me and my daughter convinced her to move back to San Antonio, Texas with us.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I felt like he kept saying, see about Ruby, his sister.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I kept feeling that, and, out of me and my other sisters, even my other sister that's here with me in San Antonio, it didn't seem like a big concern to her when I told her, what we saw, me and my daughter. And I said, she has no kids. I said, we cannot leave her here.
Right.
There's no way my heart will let her stay there, knowing the conditions. So,
Mm-hmm.
I just felt it was him that was telling me, see about Ruby. So, because she was really heartbroken because she couldn't attend the funeral because of her sight.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the main thing, because I really, I always think about him. When I saw him laugh, I knew he was going to pass. I just started crying.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like wiping my tears. He was wiping my tears and everything. And he kept saying, don't, I'm okay. I knew that was going to be the last time I saw him. And it was.
Your father is sitting here on a royal chair. He looks like a big man, like a very solid. He don't. Yeah, the way his spirit is, the way his spirit is coming to me. He's sitting on like this royal chair, and he's sitting very upright, very royal, and very in divine, or rather in divinity with himself. I'm feeling more so like it could have been a situation where in the physical realm, I don't know if he had stomach cancer or something dealing with his stomach or his intestines or whatnot, but whatever dis-ease or discomfort that he was experiencing, it has now left his soul. And so he sits upright. He sits upright, very strong, like have this masculine, strong protection aura about him. He sits up very strong. And is telling me, or rather reinforcing me, that all is well. Pertaining to your sister, your auntie there, what is your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, yes, very heartfelt. Aquarians and Pisces, we tend to mesh. So with you, you might feel a little bit more sensitive towards leaving your aunt versus your sister. And what your father is saying is that you always was the responsible one out of the children. In a sense that he always was able to count on you, or he never had doubts with you. You know how some parents, I don't know how many children you have, but you like, you know what, if such and such go, I know she gonna make it on top. But if this one go, this one a little, she a little waterhead, so it might not work out too good, right? But in any event, beloved, I'm more so feeling like your father, your father is very confident in the things that you want to accomplish here in the near future. Definitely taking care of your auntie if that's what you want to do or what you have been doing. That is a plus. What I would recommend for you to do is, I know she's a little bit on the elder side, but you want to give her some green juice. Is what they're saying. Your father's saying to do it old school. Something about doing things old school or approaching things old school. And so you want to give your auntie here some green juice. Okay, once you give your auntie some green juice, you will clear up the blindness or the toxins that has been accumulated in her eyes. Okay. You want to get her some. You want to get her some a green apple, some kale, some spinach, and some dandelion. That's what they saying. So kale, spinach, dandelion, and a green apple. You want to mix it all up. Put it like a blender or make a juice out of it. More so like a juicer. And that will help in her condition, because what happens is with blindness, whenever you have any situation, you gotta approach it in the gut, or rather the digestive tract. But he loves you. Your father loves you dearly. Your father loves his children or whatnot. Do your father have a son? You have a brother?
I have a brother, but it's with my mother's second marriage. But other than that, I don't have a brother.
Well, second marriage or whatnot. The reason why I'm asking, however you want to call it, right? If it's your brother, if you're, however you want to call it. The only reason why I'm asking is because he is standing with what could potentially be his son, your father. He's standing with somebody else, so it could be his nephew. It could be he might have lost a child, or whatnot. But he is sitting, or besides him, he have this younger male that appears. If to me, it feels like that might be his son or somebody that he cared for, or whatnot, and he's just presenting him to me as well. Do you do garden?
It's probably my Uncle Melvin, because my Uncle Melvin passed away.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, because it was his younger brother. Okay. And when my dad passed away, I was trying to search to find out where my uncle was, and I found out he had passed away in 2008, and nobody
makes
knew.
sense. Makes sense.
It could be his younger brother.
Yes, makes sense.
His only brother Melvin.
Makes sense.
He had no knowledge of it.
Makes sense.
No one knew until I researched it.
Makes sense. And so they're together again. And so they're together again. This Uncle Nelson, though, he looks tall and he looks like slim, a little bit on the slim side. But they're standing, they're standing side by side, and that's why I thought probably I knew it was somebody younger than him anyhow. But that's a good sign that they're both together. Spiritually, right? Spiritually, they're both together. I want you to, your father said you're not feeding him. So what you want to do is, do you have an altar?
I just started an altar. I call it a little temporary altar because
Yes.
I'm just now starting everything, and
Mm-hmm.
and I know some of the things that I remember that he liked,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just giving it some time and trying to wait till after I had spoken with you to kind of get it more together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, the thing about it is, okay, so what do you want to ask pertaining to your altar?
Well, I know with my father, I don't know really. I know some of the things that he liked, like he liked the macaroons, and I do have an altar with his picture on it, but I haven't added anything else to it. So that's about as far as I got as far as my father. But I have other relatives that made the transition as well on there.
The thing about it is with your father, the way that you do anything, even with your uncles or your aunties or whoever, whatever, you got to give them what they like. You get what I'm saying? You have to give them what they like. Whatever your father like, whatever soup he's showing me like some type of like soupy food or whatever. Or it looked like blended up, blended and stuff like something probably like a puree. But he is showing me food and he's saying that you have not been feeding him. And so whatever it is that that your father like, you need to put it up on your altar. Okay? You need to put it up on your altar. And so that's how you feed the spirit. And then two, whatever your uncle like, that's how you feed the spirit. Whatever other ancestors, whatever they like, you need to feed the spirit. What you need to do is put some flowers up, okay? What they're saying is put some flowers up, like some white flowers or anything of that nature. You want to keep some holy water, not Florida water. You want to keep some holy water on your temple as well. You want to put some you want to put some coins on your temple as well, like some money and stuff like that. You want to put it on your temple as well. And then definitely food and some water, regular water too. So holy water is just for libations, and then regular water is just for them to come drink. Okay.
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 So 2 types of water, regular water and holy water?
Say that again.
So 2 types of water, holy water and regular water, or just the holy water?
Put holy water up, right? Put some holy water on your altar, a little cup of holy water, and then you also want to put just regular water for the spirits to to drink. Cause the spirits is not going to drink the holy water. That's just for the blessings. That's just to purify your altar. That's just to purify your altar. But the regular water is when the spirits come to your altar, they will have something to drink. That's the difference.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And so your father here is asking for that. Your father's here is asking for that. Did he leave you something behind? Do you have property or something? Something about some property? Are you looking?
No,
are you
no,
looking?
no.
Are you looking to gain some property or to buy property are you into real estate or anything of that nature? Cause I see some
Not at all.
I see some land. I see some land. So again, this might be something that's coming up in the near future. Cause I do channel past, present, and future. So just keep that in mind. It's just not present. Say that again. Okay. And so, I'm seeing some land here. So it could be a situation where in the near future you might be buying some property or, into like gardening or agriculture or growing your own food type of thing. You get what I'm saying? Growing
That's
your
exactly what we're doing.
so then that's what it is. Cause I'm saying that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm like, okay, is she buying land? Is she, you know what I'm saying? Your father is showing me this like acres of land. So I'm like, okay, so this might be something. But what, the spirit realm is saying is, agriculture, planting her own food, which will bring about success for you. So keep on doing that. That's a beautiful thing. Do it for business. I'm gonna tell you to do it for business. Definitely that. Do it for your health too, but also do it for business, right? Um, where do you live actually?
I actually live in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, you live in Texas. Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
originally from Rochester, New York.
So you got a house, basically.
Yes.
And you got a backyard.
Yes.
So you already
And
got your land. Yeah. So you already got your
yes,
land.
and we've been growing little stuff here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have clay down here, so we're kind of like trying to alter the way we're going to garden this spring.
Hmm. Well, hey, I see a good thing happening for you. Pertaining to that, I definitely feel like if you are into this gardening and stuff like that, you want to also feed, or you want to also be in tune with the nature spirit is what I'm going to say. You want to also be in tune with the nature spirit, because I definitely feel something bigger than what you think you're doing. You know how sometimes you just start something and you would never imagine or whatever, how big it's going to turn out. But your father here, I don't know if your father was a person that was hands on with things or like fixing stuff and, putting things together and stuff like that. But he's giving me the message that, as you continue to, as you continue to garden and you continue to work in nature and things of that nature, positive things is going to happen financially wise. um are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay. um he has other children as well, or no?
Yes, he has an older son.
Okay.
He has one son.
Oh, okay, he has a son too. Well, he has enough. Because the thing about it is, remember when I said your father is with, like a son, like it feels like his son. That could be him too. Taking in your son as his son. But the reason why I'm just asking about your husband and his family is only because this is what your father is speaking to me about. Remember, I'm connecting with the spirit realm. I don't know you. This is my first time on the phone with you. So your father's like, yeah, this is what she's getting into. This is what's going on. And yeah, her husband and children, and he's just breaking all of this thing down to me. Is he in school? Does he play sports?
Yeah, my stepson, he used to play sports. He used to play basketball. But I have a son too, but we don't have, I have two kids from a previous relationship, and me and my husband have none together.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Um, but in any event, I don't feel nothing bad. I just feel like if your sons, quote unquote, your stepson and your biological son, I feel like sports. For some reason, your father is speaking to me about a son, your son. And so I'm feeling like perhaps if he continues on with his sports, that may be good for him or whatnot, to lead him into some type of, successful future, or whatnot, and things of that nature. But in any event, anything, give me a second. Because he's just like taking everything out. Like he's just like, and this, and that, and this. You know, your father's very friendly. He has a very friendly attitude or demeanor. Like it feels like he will welcome anybody in his home type of person. You know, that's his spirit right now. Give me a second. He wishes your mom the best. He wishes you the best. You know, hello?
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He wishes your mom the best. He wishes you the best. He wishes you know, he's just saying, I wish everybody the best. I just wish everybody the best. You know, and he never meant to hurt, he never meant to hurt your mom or anything like that, or he never meant to, you know, separate on bad terms. He never wanted bad things to happen, or whatnot, and he just have this pure loving heart. But again, it just goes back to setting up that altar for him so you can keep that connection going. Also, the color white and the color yellow is coming up, so you also want to work with those two candle vibrations when putting it on, putting it up on your altar, color vibrations, putting these two candles up on your altar. The white represents like purity, divinity, and things of that nature. And then yellow is just things blossoming, okay? Things blossoming. So put those two candles up and just allow it, 7-day candles, and just allow it to burn, you know. No more with the bickering. I don't know if it's with your daughter or someone else, but like I'm seeing chatting, you know, you talking back to somebody, or you being in a heated discussion. You get what I'm saying? Or difference. I'm going to call it difference. You being in differences with other people, or a woman, or a child, or not a child, but a female. So I don't know if it's your daughter, or if it is, you get what I'm saying, a sister, or a friend, or something. But what your father here is saying is like, listen, just stop with the bickering and just worry about yourself. And stop trying to save everybody. You see. Stop trying to save everybody. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the bickering is with my younger sister.
Oh.
We haven't talked, but there's issues there, and there's actually no communication. But it's more on her side. And I said, I've come to the conclusion that I'm just going to keep relationships with those that want to keep relationships with me. Because I'm a person that goes over and beyond. I love my family. I will help them, and sometimes I will give them everything, and, you know, they won't know it, but, you know, if they need, I'm there. If I can help them, I'll help them. But I know it's coming a time where I need to pull back, and I think that's probably what he's pretty much saying. Okay, pull back now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get what I'm saying? It's time, because again, when we talking about 2018, we talking about a 11 year, and this year is represent, like, this year they say is they said Aries. No, not Aries. They said Aquarius, which is you. Aquarius and Leos will be best. Will benefit from this year more for some way, for somehow. Probably because we are in the Aquarian age or whatnot. But it's a very good turnout for an Aquarius and a Leo. I personally feel that it will be a very good turnout for everybody holistically. But from what I've been reading, Aquarians and Leos, because Leo is your opposite sign, Aquarians and Leos is like, it's either you guys are going to receive your karmic blessings, or you going to keep dealing with the depths, you know, and that just deals with That just deals with either you are going to be receptive to the positivity, or you're going to continue on with the lower vibration stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's up to you.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
It's up to you.
Okay.
You know? And so I just feel like after your birthday, or did your birthday pass already?
No, it's coming up on the 4th of February.
Okay, great. And so after your birthday, it's just all about you. It's just all about your spiritual alignment. It's all about loving yourself. Changing your diet is what they're saying. You get what I'm saying? Dealing with, you want to get you some salve, like a peppermint salve. Because I'm seeing, or what they're saying is, at times you might go through like this muscle spasm and stuff like that, something dealing with your muscles. So you want to just like, or they might be achy, or they might be tight, or whatnot. So what they're saying is, tell her to increase more calcium in your diet, magnesium in your diet. Also, the salve, also the salve. And allow
Okay.
your muscles, to just loosen up a tad bit. Okay. So I'm definitely
Okay.
see, even soaking in saunas, being in saunas. You in the sun, so you're already good. So being in saunas, allowing toxins to, to release itself. That's also good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Any question?
Let's see. Let me
Mm-hmm.
think. Um, have you seen any of my other ancestors come through?
Hold
Other
on.
than my father?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Hmm. Where you from? Like,
I'm from Rochester, New York.
no,
Uh-huh.
no, no. um, it looks like I'm gonna tell you, the way when you said anything about, when you said Cuban, I mean, when you said ancestors, the amount of woman or spirit guides that came through, they looked like they was Cuban. You see, light skin though, light skin, like light skin Cuban people. So I don't know, you might have a connection, or you might have a tie to, like, and I don't want to say this, but it feels like the Santeria or the Ifa, lineage type of thing. But that only goes to show that you yourself, your lineage is spiritually connected to deeply connected to the spirit realm. Because that's all that Ifa and spirituality is about. Just honoring the ancestral realm. And so when you asked about your any other ancestors or any other spirits, there's like a group of women that came, have all white. They have all white. Their head is covered, however, in purple. A purple head wrap. There's drum beating. There's some drum playing and stuff like that. Um,
Uh-huh.
and they're saying that we are here to protect you. They're doing some dance with their shoulders. Their eyes is like, nice. I don't know if you have color eyes, or you have attractive eyes or whatnot. But everything is in the eyes. This could be a situation even with you, where in your past life you were like a seer, somebody that can tell like the future, like psychic. I'm not a psychic. I do provide. Oh, let me rephrase that. I do have psychic abilities, but I do not provide psychic readings. I provide psychic medium readings. But with you, you have a lineage, or it's in your blood, or it's in your DNA for you to be able to foretell the future. Um, Without, what they're saying is, without the extra, like, see, with what they're saying with you more so is that, give me a second. She has to remove a lot of junk. You have a lot of junk that's occupying your mind. You have a lot of unwanted topics that's blocking your mind, and you're not able to quote unquote see clearly. Is what your ancestors here are saying. And again, I don't know. They're not coming forth and saying specifically who they are, but specifically who they are. But I do feel like they come from that lineage, and I more so feel like they come from your mom's side. Is your father dark skinned?
Yes, he's from the South.
Because they all coming out. What happened with his mom? How did his mom pass away?
Well, what happened was, from the way I understand, my grandmother on my dad's side, his mother passed away when he was young. I think he was like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, okay.
So I never remember meeting her at all.
Yeah, something happened.
I haven't met her because I wasn't even thought of then. So yeah, he was like 7 or 8, and the way she passed away, that I heard, she was in church and she had some heart problems, so she suddenly passed away.
She was a beautiful woman. And the reason why I'm asking is because when I said everybody that was coming through was from your mom, and then boom, all of a sudden I see this dark skinned woman coming towards me, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. And so they said, no. She said, no, I'm here too. And it just made me feel as if this is somebody from your father's side. And so I asked, is your father dark skinned? And then she now identifies herself as being your grandmother. But it just felt as if your grandmother died in a very unusual way, like a very shocking way, I'm gonna say. Like, like people, they wasn't like ready for her, or they didn't expect for her to die. Like, it was just like something suddenly, and that's the reason why I asked. And it was very heartbreaking. Believe me, it was very heartbreaking. And that's why I was asking you, do you know how your grandmother passed away? So I'm sure your father, he grew up, not having a mom, and having those, wanting to be with his mother type of thing. And that's why he valued woman. That's why, in a sense, he valued women, and he valued you, his children, and things of that nature, because he really never had that coming from his biological mother.
And he has all girls. He don't have any sons. He has all girls.
Yes. Yep. Makes sense. And that's the reason why he has all girls, and that's the reason why he stands with you get what I'm saying? He stands with his younger brother, he stands with a male figure, because he's like, this is probably something that he always wanted. This is something perhaps where he always wanted. And I mean, it's all good. Like he said, he loves you all dearly. Even so, I get a very good feeling. I get a very good feeling from your father. I think that I know that he's okay. He is, his spirit is still around. He's at ease, is what he's saying. And how did he make the transition?
Well, from my understanding, because I was here in Texas, and he was on the road on his way with a friend of his, and he was actually out of town. He said he couldn't breathe. So he had issues with his lungs, because he had lung cancer at one point, and he had part of his lung removed. So, he started being on oxygen. So his health was starting to deteriorate a little bit. So, and then he started having diabetes. So he had a lot of little complications that were starting to happen. And he just couldn't breathe. And what we found out was that it was, COPD and other complications. So, yeah. He wasn't by himself, so that was one good thing, that we were happy that somebody was with him, because he didn't live alone, but he was traveling.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But for me, when he started to speak to me, and I was wondering, okay, well, why did he make the transition? I kind of felt like it was something dealing with, and if he had if he had diabetes, as you said, and other complications, it was something pertaining to his digestive tract. But I just kind of thought that it was like stomach cancer or something like that, because of how your spirit guides highlighted his body. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, well, how did he make the transition? Boom, right there, they showed me his whole digestive tract. And so I'm like, oh, probably he had like stomach cancer or something, something cancer, diabetes, all the tumors, they all, are in the same category, you see. They're all in the same category, so yeah. Mm-hmm. But like I said, your gardening thing, your agriculture, keep that up. That's a good thing. As your father said, listen, it's time for you to detach yourself from things that is not, not things, but people that is not causing you any, or giving you or providing you with any type of blessing. And then two, this is the year now. Your birthday's coming up next week. This is the year now to just focus on your higher being, yourself, and only yourself. Work with that color white and yellow vibration. You get what I'm saying? Or candles and stuff like that. Set up your altar. Put up what your ancestors like, or what your father like. You got to put these particular types of things up, right? And then two, again, just drink a lot of water. I'm feeling something going on with, like, if it's muscle spasm, it's muscle tightness, or it could just be as a result of a lot of stress. But magnesium and calcium is definitely recommended for you. Again, treat your what they're saying is, make sure you treat your auntie. Just cleanse out, put her on a fast, like a mini, not fast, but put her on a alkaline diet, and you can reverse that, the blindness. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Good. Anything else, beloved?
Let's see. Let me think here. I know when it was mentioned about junk, I had a situation. Well, my spouse was not faithful, and I've been trying to. I forgave him, but that capacity to forget has been like a struggle. We moved on since then, but from time to time, it comes up. And I think along with a lot of stuff that happened to me in my childhood. So I think, I know that has a lot to do with it. Because sometimes I can be somewhere not even thinking about a situation, and all of a sudden, here it comes. And I think I'm over it, and then next thing I know, here it comes again. So, and I've been dealing with it, but for the most part, I kind of feel like it has constantly manifests itself throughout relationships I've had and things like that. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm really trying to overcome. Part of me feels like I really pretty much have gotten over it. One of the biggest things I wanted to do was tell my parents what happened to me, which I did. My dad, I got a pretty good, he was shocked. But my mom, I got like the cold shoulder, because me and my mom don't have the best relationship.
I can feel that.
So when I lost my dad,
feel that.
It's kind of like a big thing for me.
I can feel that. I can definitely feel that from you.
And when I talked to my dad, I was never judged. You make mistakes.
Yes.
And, you do things, you go on in life. But with my mom, it was like, you know, I didn't. I got more verbally attacked on things that I did, whereas my dad was like, he didn't judge me. Okay, you make a mistake, move on, go forward, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But with my mom, it's like a constant, like, hanging it over me. So in her eyes,
Mm-hmm.
I never got any approval, which to this day, I'm trying to have a civil relationship with her.
Mm-hmm.
But at the point where it's getting a little be too much, because I think now, since my aunt is here, and I'm trying to take care of her and help her out, my mom, I think, is a little bothered by that. And there's, you know, I can't do anything about that. I got to do what I got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
So when I lost my father, it's like, who do I tell this stuff to now?
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this: the path to spirituality is a lonely one, you know. And everybody is not gonna understand you, and you should not expect everybody to understand you. You get what I'm saying? Because if everybody understands you, then you're a simple book, and I believe that you're a little bit different in your own way, right? However, I definitely felt that you were not close to, you were not close to your mom. The way your father came through, I was like, oh, okay, it has to be some type of tension or a situation going on with her mother. But in any event, beloved, that's the reason why what your spirit guides are saying is that's the reason why we're telling her to remove the junk or remove certain, you know what I mean? There's too much things that's occupying your mind that don't need to be occupying your mind. It's either you're going to roll with it or you're not going to roll with it. It's either you're going to trust or you're not going to trust. You know, I feel like, right? And that's why I said in 2018, which is the 11th year, this is the year of spiritual awakening. And for you, it's going to be a very big epiphany because you fall under the Aquarian age. So you're going to go in this cycle, in this year, you're going to go through this like knowing stage. You understand? You're going to start to go through this I know who I am stage, and this is what I'm going to accept and this is what I'm not going to accept. And if you and you're going to be tested. What the spirit realm is saying is she's going to be tested. You're going to be tested with certain things that you claim that you want, and we're going to see if you really want it. Meaning, if you claim that you want to be in a loving, harmonious relationship, we're gonna, you get what I'm saying, we're gonna put you through the test to see if if you really want this harmonious relationship. We're gonna test you more so. You're gonna be tested. And if you're not in a harmonious and loving relationship, that means that you're confusing yourself. You understand that kind of thing. So you say that you want to be in this loving, harmonious relationship, but yet this is not what you're showing. Or this is not what you're manifesting, or this is not what you are accepting. And so just be mindful, good sister. This is what the spirit realm is saying. She has to be mindful of the things that she is thinking about and the things that she is speaking about. Definitely that, because you already know thoughts are things, and anything that you think about becomes true, becomes real. You definitely should start to work on, again, the heart chakra, and you want to start to work on your root chakra as well. Dealing with family, dealing with releasing, and then the heart chakra goes with the love of, the trusting again. From childhood, because it doesn't even have anything to do with it doesn't have anything to do with the relationship, but it has everything to do with the relationship with your father not being here. Okay, it's like, okay, well, this is somebody that I always trusted, and the person that I always trusted is no longer here, so who do I trust? You got to deal with that part of you. You have to deal with that part of you. You have to understand that this person is no longer here physically, and this person will always be here spiritually. And that's the reason why your father here is saying, listen, she don't even feed me. And so he got a trust issue with you if you think about it. It's like, oh, I thought she was going to look out for me. You're not even looking out for me. I trusted her.
Okay.
You know, you see how that go? So be mindful of that. You know, definitely be mindful of that. Um, okay. And that's basically what it is. You just gotta release. You know, you just have to release. You just have to accept. You have to release and you have to accept. That's what they're saying. Tell her to release and tell her to accept. You gotta release what has happened to you and you have to accept what has happened to you. Because I feel like you didn't you say physically that you let it go, but deep down inside you still are healing from the wounds. But believe me, I'm telling you, 2018, beloved. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wouldn't be surprised if you make the separation from your husband. I'm gonna be real with you. You know why? Because if you continue to follow what your highest good is telling you, oh shoot.
Hello?
Yes.
I am so sorry.
Oh, I thought that was my phone. No, I thought that was my phone. But what I was saying to you,
I am so sorry.
No, don't be. But what I was saying to you is that, what I was saying to you was that, if you continue to follow your highest good, right? If you continue to follow your highest good, and your highest good is not completely satisfied or cannot tolerate that, and that's why I say you're going to be tested. Okay. If you follow if you're being tested and you follow your highest good, 7 out of 10, I could see the separation happening.
Okay.
7 out of 10. That's all right. I don't feel 9 out of 10 because 9 out of 10 is damn near separation. But I feel that there's something that you still have to learn from this man. Something that you might still have to learn from him. But I'm being honest because I see this awakening, this godlike awakening, and you and him may not even see eye to eye spiritually. So even with that, or even outgrowing each other on a spiritual tip, that may cause for you to see him in the other eyesight. You see, that might see him in any event. But yeah. Do you have other questions?
No, I don't have any other questions. Do you suggest like a spiritual bath or anything like that? Because part of me feels heavy from even past relationships. Like,
yes,
maybe there's something I need to do to cleanse myself too, as well. Because being in relationships, and
you gotta take you a Yemaya bath. It's on my site. It's for healing. You gotta take you a Yemaya bath, and this is what I'm saying. As you know, I'm just reinforcing this to you, right? As you know, if you have not fully healed yourself from your past relationships, the person that you attract in your life is only a reflection of your internal environment. And so if you haven't fully healed yourself from your past situation, this person that's in your life or these people that's in your life is only reflecting your hurt. If you're hurt. You get what I'm saying? If you don't trust. And so when you come out of this, how can I say, prison in a sense, right? This feelings of prison. Once you come out of this feelings of prison, you're going to say, oh my God, this person that's in front of me does not even reflect me, because you're going to be somebody else. You will be healed. And so the healer you, or the healed you, the loving you, the unconditional mama you is going to say, okay, well, who's this person? This person doesn't reflect me. And that goes back to what I was saying in terms of, what I was saying in terms of you being tested and wanting what it is that you want. And so you can't really beat, or you can't really, I'm gonna say, put everything on. I don't trust my husband. My husband is my. You can't really. I. That's not the way you should go about it. I feel like you should reflect on what has happened to you in the past, and also ask yourself, okay, well, before me and my husband reunited, because reunited is the word, because you've known him before in your past life. Before me and my husband reunited, what was happening to me? What was going on with me? Was I in a feeling of being desperate? I want to be with somebody. Was I feeling, did I have a feeling of neediness? You understand? Of neediness? You have to ask yourself, because if you say, yes, I really wanted to be in a relationship at that moment, blah, 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 that is resonating with your lower self, but not your higher self. Because your higher self would never need to be in a relationship. Our higher self, like I said, the path to spirituality is a lonely one. You see. And so, I would just recommend that you go back into, back into time, or travel back into time and say, okay, well, before me and him got together, how was my condition? And then dissect things from there, or rather heal yourself. Peel the layers off from there. You get what I'm saying? Was you overly loving him? Was you trying to give him everything? You get what I'm saying? Was it always a balanced relationship? Was he also doing for me? Just reflecting. Right. And when you start to reflect all of these things, the higher you comes out. The God you comes out. The knower you comes out. As an Aquarius, you guys are the knowers.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, I got it.
All right, beloved. So.
All right.
So this session has been recorded. All right. I'll send this off to you. When I get a chance. I do know that I'm a bit backed up on sessions. Do you want to keep the session private, or you give me permission to upload it publicly?
Oh, you can upload it publicly.
Okay, no problem. So I'll send this off to you when I get a chance.
Okay.
All right, beloved.
All right, thank you so much, Mama Ella. I really do appreciate it.
And it's the Yemaya bath that you should take advantage of. You gotta do like a clearing / healing, and that's what you get when you order 3-day baths from me. I do a clearing bath, and then I also give you the spiritual bath, which is the actual bath that you purchase.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I will definitely do that. Definitely.
Absolutely, beloved. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.